A very small percentage of the ocean has ever been explored, leaving much to the unknown. But much like above the surface, there are great mysteries below it as well. According to Mayans, there's a strong belief that underwater caves hold access to the underworld and even homes of the gods. For years, local villagers of Yucatan, Mexico have feared what lies within the underwater cave archaeologists like to call Sac Uayum. Countless taboos and stories of a legendary feathered serpent that protects the site have caused many to avoid the area. Villagers describe the animal as a horrific hybrid that lurks around trees, making sure no one goes near its sanctuary. With such a dark presence, the site has become excluded from city boundaries, leaving behind a mystery to what's inside. Researchers eventually took action only to discover what they were afraid to discover. In 2013, Bradley Russell and his team at National Geographic spent weeks preparing themselves for the excursion. Prior to the entrance, a ritual ceremony was held known as the Calming of the Earth, a sacred peace offering that enabled the team to work on the site without any fatal occurrences. Once proceeding into the underwater cave, researchers were fascinated to find multiple narrow chambers that made it difficult to swim into. However, once making it past the first chamber, researchers uncovered something they'd never thought they'd discover. Upon further inspection, researchers found the eerie sight of skeletons, many of which belonged to adults, children, and even animals. Not just skulls, but multiple bones were documented during their research. It was noted that any skulls recovered were unusually elongated and deformed. This baffled and intrigued the team. It's still currently unknown how long the bones have been lying deep in the dark. The team has questioned why the remains would be underwater, and how they managed to be buried in between boulders, hiding deep into chambers. Further research is being conducted on the remains and their ties into their watery burial ground. For a long time, it's been a mystery as to how ancient civilizations were able to construct such incredible structures. In 1985, Japanese diving instructor Kiichiro Arataki found his passion in observing sharks and enjoyed his frequent visits to Yonaguni, Jima Island with tourists. It was supposed to be a regular day for him, however, while looking for a good place to observe hammerhead sharks, Kiichiro discovered what he believed were ancient pyramids submerged at the bottom of the ocean. Much controversy was speculated until 1996 when a team of marine geologists were able to inspect the site. Masaki Kimura and his team at the University of Ryukyu in Japan dedicated over 15 years of research to uncover a 10,000-year-old Japanese ancient civilization that once roamed the bottom of the ocean floor, connected with man-made roads and water lines. Due to rising water levels, the ruins eventually flooded, leaving behind artifacts and the remains of what was a city. Many researchers believe the monument was created by wave erosion, while others argue that humans built the city thousands of years ago. The amount of attention given to the Yonaguni monument has caused it to become a popular tourist attraction for experienced divers around Japan. The Yonaguni monument has now been dubbed the Japanese Atlantis and continues to be explored by researchers today with just as many questions as always. If you're looking to get into treasure hunting, then the ocean just may be a pretty decent place to start. Jay Miskovich was an amateur treasure hunter and diver who made one of the largest discoveries in sunken treasure history. In 2010, he was at a local bar having some drinks by himself when a friend approached him with an investment he would never forget. His friend presented him with a treasure map, one he guaranteed would lead him to the whereabouts of beautiful emeralds that would surely profit him millions of dollars. Though he was skeptical and financially unstable, Jay agreed to purchase the map for $500 and sought his way to Key West, Florida shortly after. With no money and a thrill-seeking personality, Jay was eager to turn his debts into fortunes. Jay took off with his diving partner named Steve and followed the coordinates, leading them 40 miles off the coast where the two dove to the bottom of the ocean. It was a few hours into their investigation when Jay came across multiple beer cans and junk. However, with luck, he eventually discovered thousands of green emeralds hiding underneath a bed of sand. The fortunate luck of finding the emeralds off the coast of Key West allowed him to convince hundreds of investors to put up hundreds of thousands of dollars for Jay's findings. It was estimated that Jay and his partner found and brought up over 150 pounds of emeralds back to shore. With their success, both men formed an enterprise where investors from New York and Washington invested nearly $500,000 into the findings of more Colombian emeralds. It didn't take very long for Jay's success to come crumbling down, after investors began asking for more than what Jay bargained for. Luck would turn against him when his enterprise was sued for fraudulence. Investors took to U.S. courts after stating that Jay and his partner purposely scattered low-quality emeralds into the ocean where they would sell the gems for much more than they were worth. During the months following into the trial, police found Jay's body in an unoccupied yard holding a 12-gauge shotgun in his hand after he shot himself in the head, committing suicide. His suicide note listed the contact information where police could find his family members and the funeral home where he wanted his arrangements held. Court appearances for Jay's business partner are currently being held. No conclusion has been made in the unfortunate findings. The emerald treasure being a scheme has not been confirmed, and some believe Jay committed suicide from fear of financial ruin. That's all for now. Remember, you may not believe it, but anything is possible in a world so seriously strange. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to click the subscribe button on screen now or below this video so you won't miss the next episode of Seriously Strange. Also, if you learned something new, please feel free to click the thumbs up button below this video. See you next time.